This is a detailed tutorial on how I made this beautiful statement necklace. So we're going to need some crystals, some seed beads, the size 11, I believe, some hook and eyes, point 0.3 fishing thread, and then some needle. So I poured this is what I'm using for a client's order, but I want to use this mixture to teach you. So this is how the necklace looks like. So we're going to start with two different colors, picking four each. The first color you pick will end up inside of the work, whilst the second part will be outside of the work. So you're going to pass through four of the beads. You're going to cross your thread through four of the beads. From there, you're going to pick one of the beads that you cross through that color and then four of the one that is outside. Now you're going to pass through three upwards. After you pass through that three, you're going to also pass through the one you picked at the beginning of your next set of beads. And this is all we are going to be doing throughout. So we're going to pick one of the colors of the bead inside and then four of the one outside. Then you pass through three upwards towards where your working thread is. And then after that, you pass through the one that you picked also upwards. This is a very, very simple yet beautiful necklace that you can make for yourself, your friends, and your loved ones. Always pass through three upwards and then pass through the one color bead that matches with the one that you're passing through. Don't go from the other side, no. So go upwards. Yeah. I believe this is very simple to understand. I always try to select my beads. Some of these beads are irregular, so if you want your work to come out looking nice, you want to select beads of the same sizes. So as you can see me do, you just continue doing that and keep them in place. As the work progresses, if you don't hold them in place, it might try to confuse you, but this is a very easy work. So now I'm using this bead. So this is actually a client's order, and this is the color that she ordered for. And with this one, I wanted to add some crystals to give it a bit of shine. So what I'm simply doing is replacing one of the beads with crystals. Now, when you're picking this, you can make it more than the four that we did in the other, you know, video with the other colors. But most of the time, I start with 8, cross through 4, and then you start picking 5. If you want a color coordinated one, you pick the first color to be the color that you pass through, the 4 that you pass through, and then pick 4 extra one. Go through 3 upwards, and then the one that you picked, the one color that you picked. When you're using the same color, there's no difference. So here I am showing you how to add a new thread. So you're going to try and pass it through anywhere but where you will be passing. You just try to avoid the 3 beads that you'll be passing through, because when you tie a knot close to those beads, going through them will be difficult. So when you are trying to add a new thread to your work, basically tie it in a way that you can still pass your needle to where you were. So after tying the knot, we are going to where the old thread is to continue what we were doing. So what I'm going to do is to wrap this old thread around my finger, because I don't want to tie it. If I do, it will inhibits the space, it will close up the space, so I'll not be able to pass. So after I've gone a couple of steps forward, then I can find a way of tying it like I'm doing. Now, when you are tying your thread, you want to make sure it is not going to inhibit your continuous work, like following works. I don't know which other word to use. So we're going to continue doing that with the fresh thread. We're going to continue picking and going, and it's very simple. I'm going to show you how to fix your locks and your earrings and everything. So don't click off. So here we are almost done. My student was helping me with one of the strands. It's very, very simple, so it was easy for her to learn. And I hope you will make this. So here we are. With the earrings, simply I made a number of it, like let's say 20 steps of what I've taught you, and then just tie it together so it forms a loop. So I'm going to measure the bracelet around my hand. Now, the person that I'm making this for is not here for me to measure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a bit shorter and then add, um, extra, was it jump rings at the end. So this is me trying to end it. When you are ending it, you pick extra bead. Don't worry, I'm going to repeat it again. So I took extra beads and then I passed through the log, then went back down through the extra beads. Now you're going to have this loop looking almost all the time. So you're just going to go through one side and then come up from the other side. It looks like a snail shell. So when you come up, you come through the two beads again, then go through your lock. This is to ensure that your lock is firmly secured on. I've made necklaces for people and they've used it for the past 10 years, 13 years. They keep testifying about it. So durability of your work is very, very important so that the client can trust your work. So as I'm showing you, you always have this snail shell looking ends at all the ends when you are working. So just go through one side, come up at the other side like this, up again. I usually like to pass through my locks 3 times just to ensure that my work is very secure. Now, this helps a lot when you are working with a very heavy necklace. I know fabric beading seems to be topping the chart right now, but necklace making is also returning. So take advantage of this. Go to town, get some beads, and practice it. If you post it on your socials, please tag me. So after I'm done, I'm going to tie the knot right down there like that. I'm just going to make sure it goes round the threads, then I cut. Now I didn't just tie one time, I made sure I tie like 3 times before I cut my knot. So this is me working on the bracelet. So in order to get the bracelet to be equal and not, misaligned, I count the rows that I've done. So I count for each of the rows. This one, it was more than, so I had to reduce it. So that's what you're seeing me do here. I fixed 2 of them. This is actually a hook and eye lock. I didn't end up using the multiple locks that I showed earlier. Sometimes if you're comfortable, you can use the multiple lock hooks. So you always want to measure to make sure that your spacing from one strand to the other is okay for you. When you are spacing it, you have to decide how spacious you want it to be. So this is the bracelet. It's quite small, but we're going to enlarge it soon. Now here is the earring. Like I explained, I did like 20 steps of what I've taught you and then just tie them together and it formed a loop. I'm going to use this earring hook for it. So just like I did with the necklace hooks, this one I'm also going to pass through thread to it and come down. Now if you do it raw like that, it doesn't sit so well. So I'm going to pick one bead at least. As you can see, that's one bead. And then I'm going to pass it through the hole on the earring lock. So the way you fix your earring lock is the same way you fix your necklace lock. So long as there is the the hole there. Yeah, so you come down and then just tie it. So I tie it in a way that it secures around a thread. So that's it. Very, very simple and easy. Yeah. Isn't that cute? You can just make earrings like this for sale. You don't have to make the whole set. You can just create earrings like this and just market them for sale. They're very, very cute and beautiful. So after tying a couple of times, I cut. I like to cut my knots very closely to what I've tied because I don't want it itching the skin of the person. So we are done with the earrings. Isn't that cute? Now let's extend our bracelets. Usually we use this already done extensions, but I don't have the gold one. So I'm going to use what we call jump rings to, extend it. So what I do is I open one, add two rings and then close it. Then I open another one, add one ring and connect it to this one, making two rings, and then it will keep extending. After that, I'll hook it on, as you can see, and then that becomes an extension. So this can be worn by a bigger person or a slim person. So that's it. It's always safer like this. The person is a bit smaller than me, so I'm sure this will work. So this is the finished product. And this is Jenny's Beads Creation and Training Center, where we train interested persons to become professional bead artists. Make sure you subscribe for more. Pick our numbers and WhatsApp us for more details. Thanks for watching.